Have you ever wondered how the Great Pyramid of Giza was built 4,500 years ago? And do you know that despite the scorching heat that can often be felt in Egypt, the temperature inside the pyramids remains a constant 20 degrees Celsius, the average temperature on Earth? So today, we're going to look at some of these amazing and marvelous details about the Great Pyramid of Giza and what ancient technologies were used to build it. Also, please do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and let's start. Who built the pyramids of Egypt? The pyramids of Egypt were built by the ancient Egyptians, who flourished in the Nile River Valley between 2650 BC and 1350 BC. The pyramid builders were known as pharaohs, kings of Egypt. The Great Pyramid at Giza was constructed during the reign of Pharaoh Cheops, Khufu, who ruled from 2859 to 2566 BC. It remained the tallest building on Earth for over 3,800 years until the completion of the Lincoln Cathedral in England in 1311 AD. How long did it take to build the Pyramid of Giza? This is a question that has been asked by historians, archaeologists, and tourists for decades. And while a definite answer still eludes us, we do have some idea of how long it took to build the Great Pyramid of Giza. The pyramid was built during the reign of Khufu, 2589 to 2566 BC. This means that it took about 20 years for its construction to be completed. That's an impressive feat if you consider these workers were paid in food rather than money. The number of laborers working on this project was around 2,000 men who were not slaves or prisoners, but free citizens from nearby towns and villages where they lived with their families in houses with gardens attached where they grew vegetables such as onions and garlic, fruits such as grapes, figs, beans, lentils, seeds like sesame seeds used to make tahini paste, which is used today in hummus sandwiches, etc., which would have sustained them throughout their time at work building pyramids. This is why archaeologists are finding so many bones belonging to cows and buffalo, because these animals were brought along as part of their daily diet too. How tall is the Great Pyramid of Giza? The Great Pyramid of Giza is the oldest and largest of the three pyramids in the Giza Pyramid Complex. It was built during the reign of Pharaoh Khufu, Cheops, a king of ancient Egypt sometime around 2560 BC. The pyramid stands 146 meters or 480 feet tall and has a base measurement of 230 meters by 230 meters or 755 feet by 755 feet. Its four sides are oriented with accuracy within 1/50th of a degree, revealing that its builders possessed an advanced understanding of geometry and astronomy when constructing it. The pyramid also contains more than 2 million stone blocks, weighing 5 tons each. The estimated weight would require 10,000 years to build using modern technology. How was the Pyramid of Giza built? The story of its construction is well known. When Pharaoh Khufu died, his architect Imhotep had the body mummified and placed in a sarcophagus below ground level at the site where his pyramid would eventually be built. Some believe that this mummy was used by craftsmen to decide how high they should make the pyramid's walls. They measured the length of their shadows against each other and matched them up against these measurements taken from cadavers during their embalming procedures. It's also possible that they used some form of surveying technique. However, this is unlikely considering there are no historical records detailing such techniques being used until much later on in Egyptian history. Recent research suggests that the pyramid was probably built as an astronomical observatory. Its recent research has led some experts to believe that it was actually built as an astronomical observatory. Recently, a team of archaeologists from Germany have released a study that suggests the pyramid was made specifically for observation of the stars. According to their findings, the pyramid was aligned to the 4 cardinal points and could accurately track the movement of the sun and moon. This would make it one of the earliest known examples of astronomical engineering and a testament to the immense knowledge and capabilities of ancient Egyptians. The builders of the pyramid used an advanced construction technique called step pyramids. Step pyramids are an ancient construction technique that was used to build the Great Pyramid of Giza. The technique is said to have been invented by the builders of the pyramid some 4,000 years ago. By using this technique, it was possible to build the immense pyramid without any heavy machinery or scaffolding. The builders simply constructed successive layers of blocks, one on top of the other, using a precise process that allowed for an even distribution of weight. The result is an incredibly sturdy and efficient pyramid that stands the test of time. Where did they get all the stones to build the pyramids? The Great Pyramid of Giza is one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is believed that this pyramid was built by slaves using simple tools and ropes to drag stones up ramps. How did they get all the stones to build such an enormous structure? The answer is that they used local quarries close to where they were building, as well as quarries in desert areas, mountains, valleys, and even underwater. The granite used to build the pyramids came from the nearby Aswan Plateau. The Aswan Plateau is located in Upper Egypt and is a major source of granite, which is essential for the construction of large structures such as pyramids. The granites from the plateau are dense and hard, making them ideal for construction purposes. The pyramid builders were able to transport the granites over long distances without any difficulty and use them to build one of the most iconic structures in history. There are many theories about how the Great Pyramid of Giza was built 4,500 years ago, but no one knows for sure. There are many theories about how it was built 4,500 years ago. While no one knows for sure, some theories suggest that the Great Pyramid was built by Pharaoh Khufu and his team of skilled builders. Other theories suggest that it was built by aliens or by mystical beings. One theory suggests that the ancient Egyptians were able to harness the power of the sun and use it to build the Great Pyramid. The pyramid is specifically oriented to catch the rays of the sun at the summer and winter solstices, which is why it is built with such precision. Another theory suggests that the ancient Egyptians were able to achieve spiritual connection with heaven and were able to build the Great Pyramid using this spiritual power. It's no secret that the ancient Egyptians were masters of building some of the most incredible structures in the world. But what many people don't know is that there is another theory that suggests the ancient Egyptians were able to achieve a spiritual connection with heaven and were able to build the Great Pyramid using this spiritual power. This theory was first proposed by Dr. Edgar Cayce in the 1920s and has since been gaining traction among some of the most reputable archaeologists and Egyptologists. If you're interested in learning more about this alternate theory, be sure to check out our blog post on the topic. When was the last time someone saw inside the Great Pyramid? The last time someone saw inside the Great Pyramid was in 820 AD when a caliph named Al-Ma'mun broke into it using explosives. He found that there was a black rock blocking the entrance to an ascending passage that led up to what's known as the King's Chamber. Inside this chamber was another blocked-off room, one that experts believe is actually intended for visitors and worshippers rather than for kings or queens. However, according to one expert, the Egyptians did not use scaffolding and other modern construction devices. That means that they had to somehow build something at least 20 feet tall without any outside help whatsoever. Some believe that the pyramid is actually a gigantic representation of the sun, and its interior is filled with elaborate chambers and passageways. The Great Pyramid of Giza is one of the oldest and most famous structures on Earth, and some believe that it may actually be a gigantic representation of the sun. The pyramid is composed of huge limestone blocks that were carefully assembled over 4,500 years ago, and its internal chambers and passageways are still a mystery to this day. Some believe that the pyramid was built as a gigantic representation of the sun, and its interior is filled with elaborate chambers and passageways that may have been used for religious ceremonies or storage. In any case, the Great Pyramid of Giza is an awe-inspiring structure that still fascinates people today. What is inside the Great Pyramid of Giza? There are no rooms inside the Great Pyramid of Giza. Most people believe that the Great Pyramid of Giza was built 4,500 years ago and that it has rooms inside of it. However, this is not true. The Great Pyramid of Giza was built as a tomb for Pharaoh Khufu, and it doesn't have any rooms inside of it. The only access to the pyramid is through a narrow passage, which is not open to visitors. The Great Pyramid of Giza was built 4,500 years ago, and the only way to access it is through a narrow passage that is not open to visitors. This is one of the many fascinating facts about this ancient monument that has been shrouded in mystery for centuries. By understanding the challenges that had to be faced in order to build such an intricate structure, we can gain a better understanding of the engineering skills and expertise that were required in those days. There are two passages. The entrance passage and an upper tunnel that leads to the king's chamber remain the only two passages that have been discovered so far. Much remains a mystery about this monument, including the methods used to build it, who built it, and why. The upper tunnel also leads to another chamber called the Queen's Chamber, but it can't be accessed from either passage due to its steep slope and high ceiling, about 3 meters. Archaeologists believe that this tunnel was used to move the stones from the quarry to the site, and then used again to transport them up to the top of the pyramid. The pyramids are architectural wonders. They are one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world and a testament to the ancient Egyptians' ability to build such a large structure. The Great Pyramid remained an architectural wonder for thousands of years until it was surpassed by other buildings that were built in more modern times. It remains one of Egypt's most popular tourist attractions today. The Great Pyramid of Giza is one of the most iconic structures in the world. It's also one of the few remaining 7 wonders of the ancient world still standing today, which makes it a massive tourist attraction. The pyramids as a whole have been on UNESCO's list since 1979 and will remain so for generations to come. There are many theories behind how they were built. Some claim aliens did it, while others think there's more to this mystery than meets the eye. We hope you enjoyed learning about these impressive ancient structures. Thank you for watching this video. We discovered how the Great Pyramid of Giza was built 4,500 years ago. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this video in the comments below. Stay tuned for more exciting videos!